On the news around the world tonight, President Tinubu pledges improved national security in Eid al-Kabir message. Governor Makinde solicits prayer for rescue of Orire hostages. Nine feared dead in Ibadan auto crash. Senegal's ousted PM Sonko elected National Assembly Speaker. Good evening and thank you for joining us on the news around the world. I am Josephine Oluwabumi, and on the sign language corner is Korede Oluleye. The epileptic power supply ravaging the University College Hospital, UCH, will soon be a thing of the past as 12 megawatts hydroelectric power plant been put in place by Governor Seyi Makinde's administration to address the challenges. The State Commissioner for Energy and Acting Chairman of Oyo State Electricity Regulatory Commission, Professor Dahoud Songodoyin, revealed this while featuring on BCOS Current Affairs live television program, Kutu High. Bode Akinjola compiled excerpts from the program, and his report is presented by Adebayo Abdulrafi.
The BCOS Current Affairs live television program, Kutu High, on Tuesday was a time to express the achievements and efforts of Governor Seyi Makinde in the last 7 years. Featuring in the program, the Commissioner for Energy, who is also the acting chairman of Oyo State Electricity Regulatory Commission, Professor Dahoud Songodoyin, stated that Governor Seyi Makinde has completed the construction of solar grid in 21 communities with a lifespan of over 20 years.
We have developed Oyo State so that security is guaranteed for everyone living in Oyo State. Our educational system has moved from where we met it now and advanced. We've moved the health sector also rightly by provisions of the primary health care centers in most of the wards in Oyo State. And we have linked our zones for ease of movement, ease of transporting our businesses, our people from one zone to the other. Apart from that, we have also created a enabling environment for investors, and for energy sectors, we have also created light economy for our people by provision of street lights.
Professor Dahoud Songodoyin added that Oyo State needs 520 megawatts to completely eradicate the issue of epileptic power supply to all the 7 geopolitical zones. Hence, the upgrading of 5 megawatt hydroelectric power plant to 12 megawatts, while assuring residents and citizens that the 12 megawatts will be tapped into by the UCH to eradicate the issue of epileptic power supply in the tertiary health institution.
That His Excellency is thinking ahead to help University College Hospital by providing power through our independent power supply, the 5 megawatt. We are trying to revive that 5 megawatt, and once we're able to get it set between quarter 2, quarter 3, our intention is to make the distribution outside the secretariat, covering old Bodija, new Bodija, UI, and usage. When that is set, usage will enjoy part of the 5 megawatts.
Also featuring on the program, the Special Assistant to Governor Seyi Makinde on print media, Mr. Moses Alao, said that the 7 years of this present administration cut across all sectors, noting that what successive administration sees as stumbling blocks was surmounted by Governor Seyi Makinde.
First 4 years, He achieved what other administrations achieved in 2 terms. So if you are talking about 7 years of Governor Seyi Makinde, you are talking about 7 years of positive development in Oyo State in the area of infrastructure development. Now, you would recall that previous administrations, like 2-3 administrations before him, had tried to do something on the Ibadan Circular Road. But the willpower to do it had been lacking until Governor Seyi Makinde came. And today, I can announce to you that the Ibadan Circular Road is not just a project on the paper. Everywhere you go, you see people talking about LATEX students, because at the point before Governor Seyi Makinde came, there was no given that you are going to finish in 8 years, because there's always going to be the challenge between Osun and Oyo. But Governor Seyi Makinde came. He made a promise that I'm going to secure the sole ownership of LATEC. And in 7 years, LATEC is solely owned by Oyo State, and LATEC continues to beat itself as the best state university in the country.
The duo of Professor Dahoud Sango-Doyin and Mr. Moses Alao urged all citizens and residents in the state to continue in supporting the administration of Governor Seyi Makinde for more dividend of democracy.
Time for a short commercial break. Please stay with us.
Our bodies get serums, washes, lotions, cleansers, scrubs, but underarms only get deodorant? That's why our new breakthrough formula contains pure hyaluron and vitamin C to deeply care for your underarms for a softer and even skin tone in 2 weeks. With 72 hours sweat and odor protection, try the new Nivea Derma Control Natural Tone, because your underarms deserve more.
Wearing many hats takes a lot out of you. You always need all the nourishing goodness you can get. Especially if you're someone like me that is a foodie. The ultimate meal companion. A PhD student. Rich in B vitamins for focus. Yes, we all need it, because every side of you deserves to be nourished.
Alright everyone, open your ears, make we talk. Time don't reach to rearrange the sounds to give us small wisdom. Sounds mighty fresh now, but you know, I beg no be so. Before I go talk, say our smell no reach. Make una think I'm twice so. Ever heard of Colgate, the #1 oral care brand in the world?
Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection unlocks 24 hours cavity defense. The formula boost with calcium for lifelong smiles.
Mom, it's your time to brush. No more cover mouth. Because Colgate, that's what do with your smile.
Colgate for 24 hours maximum cavity protection.
Progress no dey happen just like that. It dey come from support when you need am.
Mommy, I got the school fees. You too much.
Na money point o.
Money point, thank you.
Customer, na transfer abi? Confirm.
Bro, na transfer.
Na money point oga. Oh, na confirm.
Progress na peace of mind when you know say payment go land as sure banker. Progress na small win wey dey carry person go far.
No worry, you self go make am. Mo go buy ball.
Victor, even you dey use money point?
Of course na, they use money point.
Confirm.
Money point, made for your progress.
When malaria knocks you down, you can be sure parasites are having a party in your system.
Welcome to our new kingdom, guys!
Comel, an effective weapon against malaria. Attacking the parasite army directly to give you express relief and get you back on your feet effectively. Comel on. Malaria gone.
The joys of life are found in moments. Moments that makes us wonder, then fill our hearts with laughter. Moments we risk it all for a craving, but the reward makes it all worth it. Moments when you remind everyone of your greatness. Moments when you feel like you need a hero. Then you realize you're the hero you've always needed.
Collect 10 unique moments and win big in the My Indomie Moments promo.
Thanks for being there. In the meantime, the chairman of Akinyele local government, Mr. Akinwale Akinleye, has led a joint security show of force across communities within the council area to reassure residents of their safety amid growing security concerns in parts of Oyo State. According to him, the operation was aimed at demonstrating the preparedness of security agencies and boosting public confidence in the security architecture of the local government area. Our reporter, Adiola Oladele, who monitored the exercise.
Security show of force. The exercise formed part of efforts to strengthen security presence and reassure residents of their safety amid rising concerns over insecurity in some parts of the state. The operation also followed recent abduction incidents reported in Orire and Oluyole local government areas of Oyo State. Speaking during the exercise, the chairman, Akinyele local government area, Mr. Akinwale Akinleye, said the show of force was organized to demonstrate the readiness of security agencies to protect lives and property, as well as to ensure that residents go about their lawful activities without fear.
I want to assure the citizenry and the people of Akinyele local government that by the able hands of His Excellency Governor Seyi Makinde, that has empowered all the local governments to be able to take security challenges and tackle them headlong, to assure the citizens that they can sleep with their eyes closed. And of course, we also want to alert them. If they see anything, they should not be afraid to say it out so that we can have a safer society.
He explained that the initiative was part of resolutions reached at a recent security meeting involving all security agencies within the council area, aimed at combing suspected hideouts and preventing possible security threats.
We are engaged with the people of the local government to make sure that they are at ease during this Yuletide season and of course after, and they can have interface one-on-one with the main security actors.
The exercise also served as a warning to criminal elements that security agencies remain vigilant and fully committed to maintaining peace, law, and order within Akinyele local government area. Adiola Oladele, BCOS News.
Despite the Oyo State government's clarification, debunking rumors of school closures in the Ogbomoso zone, attendance of pupils and students in many primary and secondary schools across the area remained low yesterday. Recall that last Tuesday, panic spread across Ogbomoso following rumors of an invasion by bandits, forcing many parents to rush to schools to pick up their children in the aftermath of abductions and killings in 3 primary and secondary schools in Orire local government area, a suburb of Ogbomoso. BCOS correspondent in Ogbomoso, Aderemi Akomo, visited some schools in the area to assess the situation. His report is presented by staff reporter Bimbo Akombi.
The lingering fear generated by last Tuesday's rumored bandits invasion in Ogbomoso continued to affect attendance in both primary and secondary schools as many pupils and students stayed away from classes. Only a few students were seen in classrooms in most of the schools visited, while some classes were completely empty. It was also observed that some school gates were placed under lock and key to restrict access to visitors. At Mercyland Community Basic School, Ukeanu, Ogbomoso, less than 30% of pupils were present in this school. Anglican High School and Anglican Grammar School recorded about 50% attendance, while academic activities and teaching continued without disruption. Reacting to the development, Mr. Toyin Akinlewa and Deacon Abiodun Oloye attributed the low turnout of students to the fear and panic created by the rumored invasion of bandits in Ogbomoso last week.
Maybe because of the rumors about the bandits in my school, we were able to see 2 or 3 students around.
We thank God for the prevailing situation in the state. I want to appreciate the governor of the state, the person of Governor Oluwaseyi Makinde, for the effort and all the stakeholders in what is going on in the society. I want to let everybody know that our students are in the school today with the teachers. We have about 50 to 55% of the student of the attendance of the students, and all the teachers were present as at this morning, and we are able to cope with the students in the school.
Reports from some villages around the area also indicated that several schools were deserted with neither teachers nor students sighted on the premises.
The 2027 Oyo State governorship candidates of the Allied People's Movement, APM, has sympathized with the people of Oriri local government area over the May the 15th bloody attack and abduction of teachers and pupils at Auro Esiele and Yawota communities. Senatorial candidates of the party accompanied the APM gubernatorial candidate to the council area. Aman Bodiakejola compiled the details, but this report is presented by Mary Adedapo.
Following the brutal killings and abduction of teachers and pupils in Orire local government area of Oyo State, the governorship candidates in the 2027 general elections and other candidates seeking elective position on the party's platform visited Aoro Esiele, Yawota, and other adjoining communities on condolence and sympathy mission. While addressing residents of the affected communities, Mr. Bimbo Adekombi empathized them over the gruesome killings and kidnappings. He also assured of quick rescue of teachers and pupils still in captivity. He expressed confidence in the efforts of Governor Seyi Makinde to see that hostages are rescued unhurt.
We have come and luckily as we are passing by the first port of call, the school where the unfortunate incident happened. It's heartbreaking, very heartbreaking. They have a commander here. Military presence is heavy here. They are sacrificing this Salah period when everybody should be at home celebrating with their family. So first, we are very grateful on behalf of the governor and the state security agencies. They've given us hope because we see the effort they are making. They are going into the bush themselves. But beyond all, we want to appeal, like Right Honorable Odidema said, to the people that have abducted the teachers and children. In the spirit of this season, we plead with you, let these children and the teachers come home.
In his remarks, Oyo South senatorial candidate of APM, Honorable Stanley Olajide, thanked security agencies for living up to expectations so far. He urged them not to relent in rescuing the victims.
I want to ṣe wá ní jàmbá yìí náà kí Ọlọ́run fọwọ́ tọ́ wọn lọ́kàn kí wọ́n fi àwọn ọmọ yìí lẹ̀ nítorí kò sí nǹkan kan. Owó gan ò lè èèyàn tó ti sọ ẹ̀mí ẹ̀nù owó ò lè ra padà mọ́ wọ́n dákun torí ìtọ́lọ́run kó bá fi wọ́n lẹ̀.
Also on sympathy train was the candidate of APM in Oyo North Senatorial District, Honorable Shino Pella, Ambassador Olufemi Ajadi, Sunday Makanjola, and host of others.
Oyo State Police Command has recorded another major breakthrough in its ongoing crackdown on criminal activities with the neutralization of 3 suspected kidnappers and rescue of an abducted victim in Otu in the Okogun axis of the state. According to a statement by the Police Public Relations Officer, DSP Ayonlade Olayinka, the operation was carried out in collaboration with local hunters and other security agencies following distress calls on the 25th of May, 2026. The statement says the local hunters came under gunfire attack from suspected kidnappers during a hunting expedition in Otu, although no casualty was recorded among them. It explains that security operatives, local hunters, and other security personnel swiftly mobilized to the scene where the hoodlums engaged the team in a gun duel. The police say the criminals were eventually overpowered through coordinated tactical operations, leading to the killing of 3 suspected kidnappers. Commissioner of Police in Oyo State commended the bravery and synergy among security agencies and local hunters, describing their timely intervention as instrumental to the success of the operation. The command reiterated its commitment to sustaining aggressive operations against criminal elements across the state and urged residents to continue providing credible information to security agencies. Another timeout, please don't go away.
Wearing many Arts takes a lot out of you. You always need all the nourishing goodness you can get. Especially if you're someone like me that is a foodie. The ultimate meal companion. A PhD student. Rich in B vitamins for focus. Yes, we all need it. Because every side of you deserves to be nourished.
Super Malt Multivitamin Active Teens. Super Malt Multivitamin Active Teens. Shine on.
Oh, remember how mom used to wake up before everybody to make breakfast, iron our uniform? Have to surprise that woman with something special.
Treasure Mom this 2026 with a trip to Zanzibar in the Three Crowns Mom of the Year competition. Write a note using each letter in your mom's name and upload with a photo of 5,000 Naira worth of Three Crowns products on our website or at any of our collection centers. T's and C's apply. Three Crowns Milk. Healthy moms, happy families.
The joys of life are found in moments. Moments that makes us wonder, then fill our hearts with laughter. Moments we risk it all for a craving, but the reward makes it all worth it. Moments when you remind everyone of your greatness. Moments when you feel like you need a hero. Then you realize you're the hero you've always needed.
Collect 10 unique moments and win big in the My Indomie Moments promo.
You're welcome back. Today being the day of Arafat remains one of the most significant moments in Islam, especially during the annual Hajj pilgrimage, as millions of Muslims across the world gather in worship and supplication. In this report, Adebayo Abdurrafi examines the importance of Arafat to Islam.
Arafat occupies a central position in Hajj, which is the fifth pillar of Islam. It is the place that exemplifies the universality of Islam as representatives of Muslims across the world gather to demonstrate their faith. A professor of Arabic and Islamic Studies, Professor Wale Abbas, says every pilgrim performing Hajj must assemble at the plain of Arafat, noting that anyone who misses the gathering has missed an essential aspect of the pilgrimage.
We will see that Hajj is the last pillar of Islam. This pillar that on which Islam stands. Only Hajj has a chapter in the Quran among these pillars. There's no chapter for Salat, not for Zakat, not for Iman, not for Saum, which is fasting. But Hajj has, because of his not because it's better than others, but because it occupies a central point. Arafah is a place that's central to Hajj. All pilgrims must assemble in Arafah as they do today. Anybody who misses it has missed Hajj. He can be calling himself Alaji or Alaja, but to God, he has missed it.
Professor Abbas explained that the gathering at Arafat symbolizes the day of judgment, where all human beings will stand before Allah in humility and equality. He noted that the simple white garments worn by pilgrims remind humanity of life after death and the importance of righteousness and devotion to God.
We will see that Arafat is a miniature of Yom el-Qiyamah, the day of judgment. God wants us to look at it from that point of view, that we will assemble on the day of judgment like that, with that seamless cloth. We will, a very simple one, meaning that we will die, we'll be buried with nothing. We will get out with nothing. What will remain with us is our taqwa and our ibadah.
The Islamic scholar who doubles as the executive secretary, Muslim Ummah of Southwest Nigeria, Muswen, also highlighted the social and spiritual benefits of Arafat, saying the occasion brings Muslims from different parts of the world together in unity, prayer, and brotherhood. He added that pilgrims exchange ideas, strengthen relationships, and discuss ways of promoting Islam globally. Professor Abbas urged Muslims who are not on pilgrimage to join in spirit through fasting, prayers, and supplications, stressing that the day of Arafat is a period when prayers are highly rewarded.
In order for us to remember where we are going and how we will assemble, that's one. So that is religiously. Socially, it brings all Muslims together from all over the world. Every country has a representation. So you know yourself. You mix together. You pray together. You see that your prayer, the form of salah, is the same thing.
Muslims across the world are expected to continue prayers and acts of devotion as activities for this year's Hajj continue in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Adebayo Abdurrafi, BCOS News.
The Imam of the Prophet's Mosque in Medina, Sheikh Ali Al-Hudaifi, has called on Muslims across the world to uphold unity, peaceful coexistence, and total submission to Allah as pilgrims gathered at Mount Arafat for this year's Hajj rites. The Arafat sermon was delivered at Namira Mosque in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia before thousands of pilgrims and top government and religious officials. Delivering the sermon, Sheikh Al-Hudaifi described Hajj as a fundamental pillar of Islam rooted in absolute monotheism and obedience to Allah. He explained that the pilgrimage serves as a platform for unity, mutual understanding and cooperation among Muslims from different parts of the world, regardless of nationality or social background. The cleric also emphasized the importance of fearing Allah and adhering strictly to the teachings of Islam throughout the Hajj exercise. The Imam concluded the sermon with prayers for the acceptance of the pilgrims' acts of worship, unity among Muslims worldwide, and continued prosperity for the leadership of Saudi Arabia for its service to the two holy mosques. Following the sermon, pilgrims observed the combined and shortened Zuhr and Ash prayers in line with the tradition of Prophet Muhammad. Time for another short commercial break. Please stay tuned.
All right, everyone, no pull your ears, make we talk. Time don't reach to rearrange his house to give us a small wisdom. Sounds mighty fresh now, but you know, I beg no be so. Before I go talk, say our smell no reach. Make not think I'm try so. Ever heard of Colgate, the #1 oral care brand in the world?
Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection unlocks 24 hours cavity defense. The formula boosts with calcium for lifelong smiles.
Mom, it's a time to brush. No more cover mouth. Because Colgate, that's what you got with your smile.
Colgate for 24 hours maximum cavity protection.
Welcome back. President Bola Tinubu congratulated Muslims on witnessing another Eid al-Kabir celebration, described the festival as one that embodies the values of faith, obedience, and sacrifice as exemplified by Prophet Ibrahim. President Tinubu has assured Nigerians of his administration's commitment to building a peaceful country where citizens can freely worship and pursue their aspirations without fear, declaring that the government will sustain efforts aimed at securing lives and creating opportunities for all. The president gave the assurance in his Eid al-Kabir message to Muslims in Nigeria and across the world, using the occasion to reaffirm his administration's resolve to deepen investments in key sectors critical to national growth and stability. He added that the government will continue to invest in security, infrastructure, agriculture, and human capital development in fulfillment of the country's broader development aspirations. The assurance came as the president urged Muslim faithfuls to use the sacred period of Eid al-Kabir to pray for the country, peace in communities, and to build a stronger and more prosperous future. Similarly, Oyo State Governor Engineer Seyi Makinde has felicitated the Muslim Ummah in the state and across the country on the occasion of the Eid al-Adha 2026. He congratulated the Muslim faithfuls on witnessing the all-important festival known as the Festival of Sacrifice, praying to God to preserve their lives to witness more years in good health and abiding wealth. This was contained in a release signed by the Special Advisor to the Governor on Media, Dr. Sulaiman Olanwaju, on Tuesday. He urged them to pray for the government as it continues the efforts to rescue abducted Orire teachers and pupils. Governor Makinde also charged all residents of the state to be vigilant during and after the Salah festival, stating that it has become quite important for everyone to be more security conscious than ever before as the country battles banditry and kidnapping. He further reassured that his administration will continue to serve the interests of the people and remain on the trajectory of securing the state while moving them into greater economic prosperity. In many parts of the Sahara Desert, camels remain one of the most dependable means of transportation, helping people navigate the harsh and sandy terrain where vehicles often struggle to operate. Often referred to as the sheep of the desert, camels are highly valued for their strength, endurance, and ability to survive for long periods without water. In this report, BCOS reporter Oyefeso Olaito came across some camels in Ilorin, Kwara State. Adebayo Abdulrafi presents his report.
For centuries, desert dwellers and traders have relied on camels for transportation of goods, food items, and passengers across communities within the Sahara region. Experts say camels can travel for several days under extreme weather conditions while carrying heavy loads, making them valuable for transportation, farming, and tourism activities in desert environments. Beyond transportation, camels also play significant roles during the Muslim festival of Eid al-Adha, popularly called the Festival of Sacrifice. Speaking on the religious importance of camels, the chief imam of Gambari, Sheikh Al-Azan Al-Size, explained that Muslims who are financially capable often slaughter animals such as rams, cows, goats, and camels as part of the festival rites.
Àbí ẹ̀jẹ̀ rẹ̀ ní òdi ọ̀dọ̀ Ọlọ́run Ọlọ́run fẹ́ wo ńbẹ̀ náà ní ìbẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run tá a fi pẹ̀lú ọdún yìí láti lẹ̀ títí tí ọdún náà tá a fi ṣàṣeyọrí nípa ọdún náà ìbẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run náà tá a fi pẹ́ ẹran náà lọ́lọ́run fẹ́ wò àti ìbẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run níbi tí a ti rówó ra ẹran náà òun náà lọ́lọ́run fẹ́ wò. Bàbá wa ní ládàáni náà ìmánì táwa fi yọ ọ̀rẹ́lẹ̀mí náà ní rẹpẹtẹ tó lè yọ tó lè rà á ṣùgbọ́n tí ò ní ìmánì àti yọ. Ìmánì yẹn Ọlọ́run wò bí ìmánì wa náà ṣe lágbára sí lórí pé kíni tá a lè fọ́lọ́run nínú tí Ọlọ́run fún wa gbogbo ẹ̀ jùlọ ẹ jẹ́ ká ní ìpayà Ọlọ́run lórí pé à ń gbìyànjú láti pa ẹran iléyá.
The Islamic scholar further explained that a camel can be jointly slaughtered by 7 people, with each participant receiving the same spiritual reward as the person who sacrifices a ram.
Ẹran bàbá wa pawọ́pọ̀ náà kárí wípé yóò jẹ ẹran tó ṣe é wò tó ṣe pé àjọ dáwọ́pọ̀ àjọra náà ni ṣùgbọ́n kí ó ṣe bíbú àṣírí fún ẹnì kọ̀ọ̀kan wa. Ní àtàrà bẹ́ẹ̀ ní tíṣẹ̀rí àṣẹ lálàyé fún wa ni wípé àwọn ẹran tá a dárúkọ yìí ó gbọ́dọ̀ ní iye ọjọ́ lórí ọdún tó gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ lápèjúwe ràkúnmí nìsín ràkúnmí wa tí a bá pa àrígbó ti gbọ́dọ̀ ó bí ràkúnmí tó wọ ọdún márùn-ún. Àwọn ọmọ ìpè á rí i pé bí ibi tán bá bí ràkúnmí kalẹ̀ ìgbànàkú náà ní òrì ṣùgbọ́n wá gbọ́dọ̀ lọ́jọ́ lórí kọ́ máa wọ bí ọdún márùn-ún. Ilé àwọn eyín kan bẹ tó ṣe pé tí ò bá tí ì hù àlè tí ì pa iléyá.
The meat from the sacrificial animal is usually shared among family members, neighbors, and the less privileged, in line with the Islamic teachings of love, charity, and support for humanity.
Despite the persistent increase in fuel prices across the country, many travelers in Ibadan are not backing out of plans to celebrate Eid al-Kabir with their loved ones as major motor parks continue to witness heavy passenger movement. Our reporter Yoshile Oloyede, who visited Iwo Road Bus Terminal 1 and 2 in Ibadan, reports that transport activities have intensified ahead of the celebration.
There was heavy vehicular and passenger movement at Iwo Road Bus Terminal 1 and 2 in Ibadan as travelers trotted to the park ahead of the Eid al-Kabir celebration. Transport operators were busy loading passengers' luggages and coordinating trips to different parts of the country, while many commuters waited patiently to board vehicles to their destination.
Lọ sí Ìlọrin, lọ sí Ọ̀yọ́, Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́, oye tá a fi ń gbé láti ilẹ̀, àti torí pé ọdún wá, àti torí pé owó epo ó wọ́n, oye náà là ń gbé. À ń gbé Ọ̀yọ́ 2000, à ń gbé Ìlọrin ní 6000, à ń gbé Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ ní 5000. 52 là ń gbé. Ifẹ̀ 37. Iye táwọn ọ̀gá wa ní a máa gbé náà là ń gbé. Fowó lé nǹkan kan débi pé owó ẹrù gan tẹ́rọ bá lè san ní ọba lè san wọ́n máa bá tiyan lọ.
Some passengers who spoke with BCOS News expressed concerns over the increase in transportation fares, usually associated with festive periods. The commuters appealed to the transport unions and operators to be considerate in fixing transport fares in view of the current economic challenge facing Nigerians.
Since I go Osogbo ní 5,002 and gbé Ọ̀fà ní 6,002, but ìgbà tí ọdún ti dé báyìí tó jẹ́ pé gbogbo àwọn èrò pọ̀ ju mọ́tò lọ, tí àwọn èrò bá wà stranded sílẹ̀ tí ó sì mọ́tò, àwọn driver yẹn tó di pé ẹ̀kan lọ́dún náà ni wọ́n lè sọ pé àwọn 500 naira lé owó mọ́tò láì jẹ́ yí pé torí ọ̀nà máa ń bí sí ẹni tó yẹ kó lọ oko méjì oko kan lọ́ máa ń rí lọ.
Ondo before ọdún à ń gbé ní 62 ṣùgbọ́n lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ tá a wà yìí iná là ń gbé àdẹ̀fowókùn àdẹ̀ ń gbé Òṣogbo à ń gbé ní 42 àfowólé.
Other travelers, however, noted that despite the high cost of transportation, traveling during festive periods remain important for family reunion and celebration with loved ones.
It is a once in a while travel that during the celebration period you travel so that you can meet up with family, celebrate the Eid with family. I came in from Lagos, but I came in through the train, so I'm using the road to Osogbo now. So I think they are taking it 5-2, and previously it used to be 4-2, so you join a difference of 1,000 naira, which is still okay.
More than 45 minutes now, láti wà ń bí báyìí, rí mọ́tò. À ń lọ sọ́fà. Iye tó ń gbọ́ fà tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ kò ju bóyá bíi let's say 4,000 to 5,000 lọ. Ní ìsìnbáyọ̀ tí gbọ́ fà ní 8,200. Àdẹ̀ rí mọ́tò.
Some transport operators attributed the hike in the transport fares to the rising cost of fuel and the increased demand for vehicles during the festive period. However, a few drivers maintained that transport fares at their parks had remained unchanged despite the rush associated with the celebration.
I used to travel to Osogbo very often. They carry us 5,002, but now they have changed the price to 6,200.
Mo lọ sí Òkùkù. Ó yẹ kéèyàn ó lè máa lọ lẹ́ẹ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan. Even gbogbo ìgbà ló yẹ kéèyàn ó lè máa lọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí Mùsùlùmí. Àfaradà náà ni o. Àmúmọ́ra bẹ́ẹ̀. Bó yẹ pé ẹ̀kan lọ́dún ni. Àfaradà.
As preparations, Eid al-Kabir celebration continues nationwide. Travelers has been advised to remain security conscious, patronize destination motor parks, avoid night journeys where possible, and comply with safety measures throughout their trip. Oyeshile Oloyede, BCOS News.
Contrary to the usual hustle and bustle associated with the eve of the Eid al-Adha celebration, some major markets in Ibadan today recorded unusually low patronage. Staff reporter Adebayo Abdurrafi reports that both traders and buyers were visibly absent in markets visited across the metropolis.
Traditionally, the eve of festive celebrations in Ibadan is characterized by heavy commercial activities, crowded markets, and traffic congestion on major roads and inner streets. But the situation was different today, as many markets witnessed low turnout of buyers and reduced commercial activities. A visit to some major markets revealed scanty human and vehicular movement, while roads that usually experience gridlock during festive periods remained relatively free. Some traders who spoke with BCOS News lamented poor sales and low patronage, describing the situation as unusual for a festive eve. Buyers, on the other hand, blamed the rising cost of goods and the current economic hardship for their inability to shop as expected for the celebration.
Nothing has not even changed at all because, first of all, there's not even markets. And secondly, maybe because of the insecurity in the country and people are so afraid to come out.
Things are very, very expensive, especially pepper, tomatoes. You know, last week I learned it's a bucket of tomato was 8,000, but today a bucket is 2018. So nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn. Kò sówó ni wọ́n pariwo ìgbà tí ò sówó nì tẹ́ pé kínní. Bóyá ọjà àwọn ẹni òbí wọn gbówó ni òbí wọn fún ọ lórí kò tiẹ̀ yé wa. It's fine, well, by the grace of God, we need to thank God. When you are alive, everything is good.
As at about 4 o'clock in the evening, when BCOS News left the markets, there were still very few signs of the usual festive rush. The major road leading into Bodija Market during festive periods remained unusually free-flowing. In what appeared to reflect frustration over poor sales, some women were also seen engaging in a heated argument that later resulted in a minor physical altercation within the market. The development has continued to raise concerns about traders who feared that worsening economic conditions may be affecting festive spending among residents. Adebayo Abdurrafi, BCOS News.
Oyo State Governor Engineer Seyi Makinde has forwarded the names of Dr. Lateef Oyeleke and Barrister Ayobami Ojo to the Oyo State House of Assembly for screening and confirmation as commissioners. This was contained in a release signed by the Special Advisor to the Governor on Media, Dr. Sulaiman Olarinwaju, on Tuesday. The Governor, in a letter addressed to the Speaker, called for a thorough and expeditious screening and confirmation. Dr. Oyeleke is a former Commissioner for Environment, while Barrister Ojo served as a member of the House of Assembly representing Shaki East, Atisbo State constituency. No fewer than 9 persons have lost their lives in a tragic auto crash that occurred this afternoon at the Amuda Ojiri area along the Ojo-Iwo Road Expressway in Ibadan. The accident, which involved 2 trailers, 2 commercial Micra cars and a truck, happened at about 4 o'clock in the evening. Staff reporter Adebayo Abdurrafi was at the scene and now reports.
What was meant to be a period of joy and reunion ahead of the Eid al-Adha celebration suddenly turned into tears and sorrow for several families as the tragic accident claimed multiple lives, including members of the same family. Eyewitnesses told BCOS News that no fewer than 4 members of one family lost their lives in the devastating crash. According to accounts from the scene, the accident occurred when a loaded trailer attempting to enter the premises of a cement distribution company at Amuda Ojiri crossed the expressway. In the process, Another trailer heading towards the Iwo Road axis reportedly lost control and rammed into vehicles waiting for the maneuvering trailer to clear the road. One of the drivers of the affected Micra cars who survived the incident narrated his ordeal and the confusion that followed the crash. Some eyewitnesses blamed frequent accidents in the area on the activities of heavy-duty trucks linked to the cement distribution company, alleging that similar incidents had occurred at the same spot in recent times.
Anybody can pass it. For around 30 minutes, over 30 minutes, maybe like 2 months now.
Amid the tragedy and grief, there was, however, a miraculous twist as twin babies believed to be about 3 months old survived the horrific crash on Earth. Their mother, said to be in critical condition alongside other injured victims, was rushed to an undisclosed hospital for urgent medical attention. As at the time of filing this report, angry youths had gathered around the premises of the cement distribution company, expressing outrage and raining curses on the company's management, whom they blamed for the unfortunate incident. Meanwhile, officials of the Federal Road Safety Corps and the Nigerian police were at the scene to manage the situation and restore order as traffic gridlock persisted along sections of the dual carriageway. Adebayo Abdurafi, BCOS News.
Now to our sports desk.
Good evening and welcome. I am Victor Pone, here to take you around the ever-exciting world of sports. We start with the news that Nigeria's leading table tennis star, Quadri Haruna, has recorded his steepest decline in more than a decade in the latest International Table Tennis Federation (ITTF) rankings, dropping 20 places to 76th in the world and 4th in Africa. The latest rankings mark the first time since 2014 that Haruna has fallen outside the top 2 players on the continent. For much of the past decade, Haruna and Egypt's Omar Assar have dominated African table tennis. Assar, however, continues to hold the continent's top spot and is currently ranked 31st in the world. In the updated rankings released, Egypt's Youssef Abdelaziz climbed to 2nd in Africa and 57th globally, overtaking Haruna. Algeria's Mehdi Boulousa, who defeated Nigeria in the semi-finals of the ITTF Africa Cup earlier this year, also moved ahead to 3rd in Africa and 7th to 5th in the world. Haruna now occupies 76th place globally with 463 ranking points, 1 spot behind Boulousa. Over now to football, where Crystal Palace manager Oliver Glasner wants to secure a perfect ending to his successful 2-year reign with victory over Rayo Vallecano in the Europa Conference League final in Leipzig, Germany tomorrow. The Austrian will be in the Palace dugout for the last time, having overseen an era of unprecedented success at Selhurst Park since arriving in 2024. It took the club to their first trophy in their 120-year history by winning the FA Cup in its first full campaign. After beating Liverpool in the Community Shield to start the season, Glasner can sign off by helping the South London club to a maiden European title. Victory will also take Palace to next season's Europa League, a year after their right to take part in the competition by winning the FA Cup was stripped by UEFA due to multi-club ownership rules. The 51-year-old announced in January that he would leave when his contract expired at the end of the campaign in what seemed to be a protest against the club's transfer policy. The departure followed a similar pattern in Glasner's career, which played out at Bundesliga clubs Wolfsburg and Eintracht Frankfurt. We wrap up in golf with a story that Bryson DeChambeau was admitted he had been caught unawares when LIV Golf's Saudi backers pulled their backing off the breakaway circuit, saying he didn't really see that coming. Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, PIF, announced this month that it would cease bankrolling LIV after the 2026 season. PIF had reportedly
On the foreign scene, Senegal's National Assembly has on Tuesday ousted Prime Minister Ousmane Sonko as its speaker after he was reinstated to parliament during a session boycotted by oppositions. To end the news around the world, here again are the main points. President Bola Tinubu congratulated Muslims on witnessing another Eid al-Kabir celebration, assuring of sustained efforts aimed at securing lives and creating opportunities for all. Oyo State Governor Engineer Seyi Makinde has felicitated the Muslim Ummah in the state and across the country on the occasion of the Eid al-Adha 2026, seeking prayers for the government as it continues the efforts to rescue abducted Orire teachers and pupils. No fewer than 9 persons have lost their lives in a tragic auto crash that occurred on Tuesday afternoon at the Amuda Ojiri area along Ojo Iwo Road Expressway in Ibadan. Senegal. On the foreign scene, Senegal's National Assembly has on Tuesday elected ousted Prime Minister Ousmane Sonko as its speaker after he was reinstated to parliament during a session boycotted by oppositions. BCOS TV is now on Niger TV app, and you can watch us from any part of the world. You can also reach us on GoTV, channel 134 and channel 113 on Star Times. Now, before I go, in the midst of the Salah celebrations, play safe in everything you do.